everybody. It's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. And this book rant could probably upset a lot of people, because that's what happens when I do any kind of reviews or any kind of statements based on movies or whatever. I anger a lot of people. And in this one, what I'm saying to DC and its cinematic universe and Warner Brothers is, stop making movies. You're hurting yourselves. Now, I'm a Marvel fan. I don't really give a fuck about DC characters. All they have is Batman, really. The villains, the heroes themselves, Batman himself. But I do appreciate and respect their place in history, that being DC. And as a Marvel fan with their cinematic universe, not every movie they've made was good. I mean, Iron Man 1 was good. Iron Man 2 and 3 were horrible. Thor, Dark World, whatever. I mean, there are a lot of movies that you could say in the Marvel Cinematic Universe weren't really that great. But there are two things that Marvel does that DC is not doing. One is establish, and the other is thoroughly plan. And that's the problem, see? That's the issue. DC's been trying to catch up to Marvel in the movies, which is amazing because DC always used to kill Marvel in the comic sales. But now they're trying to catch up with Marvel in the movies because so many people have run out to see the Marvel movies. But the problem is that since 2008, with Iron Man, Marvel with their post-end credits teaser scenes and everything like that, and their 3 movies every year, 3, 4 movies sometimes, they have been building up this universe bit by bit, movie by movie for the past 9 years. 9 years to this point. And it's going to culminate in the Infinity War movies. It's a series. And also there's going to be a series of Civil War movies as well. Excuse me. But with the Guardians of the Galaxy and everything else, they're expanding the entire universe to go beyond this planet. DC is not doing that. And really it started from the Man of Steel movie, which I did a review of. The movie was shit. And it's not just because of the fact that they turned Superman into Bruce Banner running away from his power, being scared of what he can do and how it will influence the world. And unless I'm mistaken, and I'm sure my good friend Frankie Love could correct me if I am wrong, I do believe that in the comic, because I did read the Death of Superman comic, I do believe that Clark Kent's father, his adoptive father, was there at his funeral when he died. So why is this whole religious experience when he sees his father die in front of him? What is that in the movies? But aside from that, it started with that where he was trying to figure out his place in the world and hiding his powers, and then when this giant spaceship shows up from another planet proclaiming who they are, where they come from, and that they need this guy for whatever reason, he then has to contemplate whether or not he should give himself up for the better of the world. What the fuck kind of Superman is that? And what is with DC movies always trying to humanize Superman? He's not supposed to be fucking human. He's supposed to be superhuman. That's what makes him Superman. And hearing Wonder Woman say her father is Zeus, last I checked, you were made by Athena. So right then and there, they betray the characters they're supposed to portray. And don't even let me start myself on Batman and what they've done, the crucifixion of that character they've been doing since the beginning, since the Tim Burton movies, where everything was all jumpy and colorful and goofy and campy and playful, and he doesn't know why he's doing what he's doing, or he wants to inspire people, or he keeps running away from his responsibilities, or in this case, he's acting like a mob boss protecting a woman who's sending out the criminals he apparently somehow, some way, somewhere is putting behind bars to save the world, and that Suicide Squad inspires the Justice League. I mean, how can you consistently betray your source material in the way that DC does? Okay, maybe they have some nice slow motion action scenes here and there. But between Superman not being able to breathe air and bleeding twice in the first movie he shows up and getting his ass kicked, to Batman being overly violent for no reason, and another thing too is with your cinematic universe, you keep calling yourself out. You keep calling out on your bullshit storylines. Because in Man of Steel, the first movie, you're making it seem as though he has to hide himself because his presence would change the fabric of human history. But this is the same world that has an enchantress who can just do whatever she wants. And if you didn't know about her, back in 1940 whatever, during the fucking World War II, the biggest, most illustrious and publicized war in the entire human history to date, you have a woman jumping around in a legless leotard, using a shield and a sword against guns, and bracers that deflect projectiles, and a lasso that makes you tell the truth, fighting during World War II from what we can see in the trailers. So you're afraid of Superman, or Superman might change your perspective of humanity, but Wonder Woman wouldn't. Wonder Woman came years before he exposed himself in some form or another, wouldn't bother you at all. A woman, and by the way, yeah, a model from Fast Furious, no, that's not Wonder Woman, sorry, that's not Wonder Woman. Just like I said, Margot Robbie is not fucking Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's not some tall blonde model that jumps around with pigtails going, hee hee, I'm goofy. No, that's not Harley Quinn, alright? None of these characters, I'm not even going to talk about Joker, but in Suicide Squad, but whatever. None of these characters are anything close to what they're supposed to be in the comics. None of the storylines reflect anything close to the comics. They just, like, they're reading Cliff's Notes, and they just take bits out of it and whatever. Look, you have to stop, okay? In this day and age, we've had 3 Spider-Men, 3 Batmen. You keep changing the Batmans in, or the Batmen in your movie canons with the original series. At this point, people don't give a shit. You can just start over. You made so much fucking money anyway. But there's no reason why you should bastardize your source material. It's been around for so many years by making movies that don't even compare to the storylines NetherRealm Studios makes in video games. You have to stop, DC. You're hurting yourselves and you're hurting everybody involved. I understand that people are going to run out and see these movies. I understand that Wonder Woman's being released now and everyone's going to probably make it into one of the greatest movies of all time. I get it. People are fucking morons and they just repeat what they hear, what you tell them. Why don't you do a good service to DC, yourselves, and make better fucking movies? You start with Superman, make a real Superman with a real Lex Luthor, not living in the sewers and hanging out with Otho. Or, yeah, that was, no, Otis. Otisburg, that's right, Otis. Not, I was thinking of Beetlejuice. Anyway, not that, the real Lex Luthor and the real Brainiac, even though I still can't get over a villain called, anyway, have another Wonder Woman movie. What did you got? Cheetah, whatever. I mean, whatever. That's probably why you can't make these movies. They have no villains. Make a real Batman, which introduces characters, but his real main nemesis in the first movie is Black Mask. Make a real Flash, not one that just pops up here and there. Make these movies over and reestablish the cinematic universe that you're trying to put together without shitting out movies one after the other, 1 a year, 2 a year, whatever, that are trying to tell all these stories that Marvel's been putting together for years in like one movie. You can't have it like this. And anyone that likes, look, again, don't take it fucking personally, alright? If you like these movies, you like these movies, whatever, that's your business. You can argue why you like them all you want. Technically, these are terribly flawed movies, and you can't deny that. If you like them for your own purposes, like them for your own purposes. But don't make it seem like these are some great movies, they did some exciting new thing. No, they didn't do exciting new anything. You're portraying characters that have been written 1,000 times a certain way in the comics. Stop trying to make up your own version of them. And DC, for your own sake, I'm here, I'm available, come on over. I'm not a DC fan, but I know how to portray characters. But if not, you know, I get it. But whatever, you have to stop and start over. And thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come. So stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.